Greetings, PlayStation adepts. It's time for another frivolous speculation on what games Sony will be releasing with the PS Plus Essential and Extra subscriptions in March. Let's start by looking at what we've been given away in March and previous years. In 2024, EA Sports F123, Sifu, Hello Neighbor 2, Destiny 2, Witch Queen. In 2023, Battlefield 2042, Code Vein, Minecraft Dungeons. In 2022, Ark Survival Evolved, Team Sonic Racing, Ghost Runner. And looking at this list, I have a couple of guesses as to what might be handed out this year. Ark Survival Ascended is a reimagined and improved version of the original Ark Survival Evolved game. Using Unreal Engine 5 allowed the game to show much improved visuals, more detailed textures, and more realistic lighting and animations. But along with them came numerous bugs and optimization issues. Although a lot of things have been fixed now, gameplay remains the same. Players explore a huge open world populated by dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures, collect resources, build shelters, hunt animals, craft, and interact with other players. Sega has already given away a bunch of its Blue Hedgehog games, including Sonic Frontiers, which has hit PS Plus Extra. I think this trend might continue, and in March we might get Sonic Superstars. It's a 2D platformer about Sonic, which has modern but recognizable graphics, a lot of levels, game mechanics, as well as several cooperative modes so you can play with friends. I also want to add a game to the prediction that is on ePlay, and we know that games from there often make their way to PS Plus too. It's called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The game follows the adventures of Cal Kestis, who is being pursued by the Empire. He continues to explore the galaxy and hone his skills to challenge the dark side. The combat and role-playing components of Jedi Survivor have been greatly expanded. Cal has gained new weapons, abilities, and fighting stances, each with their own tree of upgrades. Now let's take a look at the games that will be released on the same day that PS Plus games become available for download. For PS Plus Essential, that's March 4th, and that's the day 2 Point Museum will be released. Players take charge of a museum and work to develop it. In the game, you can collect a variety of exhibits, which can be both real and fictional, creating interesting and original themes for exhibitions, taking into account the interests of visitors. An important aspect of gameplay is managing finances, attracting visitors, and improving the museum's infrastructure. As with other games from 2 Point Studios, Museum is eye-catching with vibrant graphics, humor, and interesting gameplay mechanics. As for PS Plus Extra, the games will be released on March 18th, and Carmen Sandiego will be released on that day. The player takes on the role of legendary thief Carmen Sandiego and dives into the world of espionage from the bustling streets of Rio de Janeiro to the majestic monuments of Tokyo. The game requires you to collect clues, decipher codes, pick locks, and participate in mini-games. And after all the clues are collected, you need to apply your observation and logic to narrow down the circle of suspects and catch the criminal. Now let's see what games were released a year and a half ago, because these are the games that can get into the distribution according to the documents that were stolen by hackers. Among such projects, there is the Crew Motorfest. Ride in these races will be on the island of Oahu, where the capital of Hawaii is located. Here you can see the busy streets of Honolulu, mountainous terrain, ride near the volcano in the Evergreen Peninsula, Mokapu. Races connected with one theme are grouped into playlists, which differ in cars on which you need to participate in the races, locations, and tasks in them. There are a lot of playlists. They are diverse, and therefore the interest to the game is maintained for a long time. By the way, airplanes and boats have not gone anywhere. You can also ride them. The next project, Lies of P. The game is based on Carlo Collodi's children's fairy tale, The Adventures of Pinocchio, The Story of the Wooden Doll. The game is hardcore and is a Solace-like game with the usual mechanics, like collecting souls from defeated enemies, opening shortcuts, reviving mobs after the death of the protagonist, and harsh but interesting bosses. The action of the game will take place in the city of Krat, which is inspired by Victorian-era cities, and the main character is a mechanical boy Pinocchio, looking for his father-creator Geppetto. Pinocchio will destroy mechanical enemies using cold weapons as well as a prosthetic left arm that gives unique abilities like a powerful punch, harpoon, or electric shock. Another feature is that the main character's weapon can deteriorate, and if you bring it to a critical state, it will become very difficult to fight. To avoid this, you need to keep the blade sharp by sharpening it, which looks very impressive. Also released a year and a half ago was Mortal Kombat 1. The relaunch of the Mortal Kombat series has almost completely changed the story of the game. The characters will have completely new roles and new relationships. No longer will you have to remember who is whose son, sister, enemy, or evil twin brother. Everything we knew about the game's lore can be forgotten. The only thing that connects the relaunch with the classic series is Liu Kang, who arrived in a new parallel universe to create his perfect world here. So-called cameos have been added to the game. These are characters from the MK or from other game or movie universes that can be summoned by the player to perform some kind of punch to complement your combo or to disrupt your opponent's attack. Write in the comments which game you would like to be given away. And to know which games will officially join Essential, as well as games joining and leaving the extra catalog, click the bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss my new videos. Play and win. See ya!